Okay, so as part of this audit ready checklist, you're going to put in your information and it's going to walk you through a series of questions just to see how audit ready you are, which you might find that you've already got some good strengths, but also your efficiency, your ability to do things out in the field, and it might show up some gaps where you can increase your productivity just about around compliance and calibration. And it's a place where you could really impress your clients. And you might not be NADA endorsed right now, but if that's where you want to go in the future, or having this system in place can really catapult you there a lot quicker. Auditors are going to love this. So we'll basically ask these really 5 questions around certificate control. Do you have a centralized system for storing calibration certificates? Now, this is an easy one. Yeah. Can you instantly locate any certificate when asked by an auditor? Yeah, you might get that. Are certificates linked directly to assets they belong to? Yeah. See how these are reasonably easy. Do you track certificate expiry dates automatically? 100% we can do that on Excel spreadsheet and a piece of cake. Can technicians verify certificate validity in the field? Now, maybe. Do they have access? Have you allowed it? Now that we'll leave that as a no. Not that everything has to be perfect, but we'll just work through the next questions. Now, these set of 5 questions around asset register cohesion. So, do you maintain up-to-date register for all calibration equipment? Yes. Is each asset uniquely identified with an asset number or serial number? Yep, another easy one. Can you quickly report on asset status, whether it's in service, maintenance, or retired? Now, that quickly is debatable, but just hypothetically, yes, you can do it. Just maybe not, you can't see it instantly. Are asset locations and responsible persons clearly documented? So, yeah, you can say, cool, Joe has that gear, no problem. It is documented. I don't need to necessarily know where it is all the time. Do you track purchase history and dates? Now, from an accounting perspective, yes, you might track asset values and write them off over a number of years, but you might not have the service history. Or, for example, if you're going to simplify NII, did you get a 3-year or 5-year extended warranty? Did you get the calibrations that is included for free for how many years? That's what you would put all in that information. So when you send it off or you're preparing for CALs, you've got these extra features. So maybe not. That's maybe no, maybe more of an accounting function. Calibration life cycles. Do you know when each calibration is due? Knowing when it's due and getting it done on time are two different things. Are technicians notified before calibrations? Yes, they are notified. Do they act on it in a timely manner? Two different things. Can you just demonstrate calibration traceability to national standards? Well, yeah, we can. If you've got a good enough procedure written by a level 3, it'll go back to standards or national standards, definitely. Do you maintain records? Yes, 100%. Is there a clear process for handling out of tolerance findings? Now that might be something that needs to be worked on, because that's, error and understanding your instrumentations, or even talking to a consultant and getting a clear definitive number. Has your instrument drifted? And what do we do when that happens? Is it clear process? Or what is it? So that's not always so clear. In bigger companies, they probably got that covered, but in smaller companies, maybe not so much. Audit trail preparedness. Can you produce a complete audit trail for any instrument? You've got the current certificate, but have you got the previous one? Did anything happen between the two? Can you see a historical record of these things, or have you only just got the current one? So that might be a no, so we'll leave that. Are all changes to records logged with user and timestamp? Again, that might not be done. You just might have the last one. Do you have version control for procedures and documents? That might be an easy win, so you're doing that, yes. Can you generate compliance reports in under an hour? It might be a yes, but it might be a tough yes. It's like, yeah, if I sat down and focused on it, really what you want to do is have an audit, compliance report done in under a minute, right? That's what TraceMATE will get you. But can you currently do it? And that's what we're trying to show the contrast to. Are corrective actions tracked and closed out systematically? Yes, if you've got the processes in place, someone can handle it. Technician workflow. Now, this is the one where it reduces productivity and efficiency for people out in the field, right? When they need to, if looking professional on site, and the customer says, "Is that calibrated?" Do you know what I mean? Can a technician even check it in the field, or do they have to go back to their desktop or laptop and then go to a linked device? So sometimes yes, sometimes no, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Is their system prevent use of expired, uncalibrated equipment? Now, the system might be don't touch it or report on it or put a corrective action in place, but you could use it. You could physically use it. But sometimes people just said, if it's not in Cal, not allowed to use it. Can't write a report, can't generate anything meaningful. Probably can't even start the job. Are calibration procedures readily available for technicians? Yes, that's another good one. Yes, easily to put them online. Can technicians record calibration data digitally on site? It might not be available to them, depending on how robust your systems are. What do they do with that data? How do they assign it? And can they, for example, do a check and then link it and have it update the system automatically? Well, in TraceMate you can. Yeah, that's the easy thing. You can do that. But has it a meaningful effect? Not necessarily. And then, do you have QR codes? So how is it going to find out or demonstrate to a customer that it is in calibration without trying to do search? So if your gear's got QR codes, definitely that is a winner chicken dinner. You can demonstrate to your clients that you are super prepared for that question, and you're almost audit ready, because that's what clients really want. They want to make sure you're doing the right things for yourself, but also for them. No one would want to kick back on saying, report's not accepted, we're not going to pay the invoice just because your gear wasn't calibrated and you can't demonstrate it. So at the end of this audit ready scorecard check, you're going to get an email sent through it, and it's going to say, okay, look, you've got a score X out of 25 questions. It'll categorize it and say, okay, you're doing pretty good. We can see that, and there are some minor gaps here. And it tells you, gives you, say, okay, well, you're running really well. There are some things, and this is your overall score based on that data of just that. Took us a couple of minutes to do that. Achieve that score, answer the question. So if you want to dive a little bit deeper, you then would book a session that would get in touch with us, and we would ask you a few more questions and see what you want to achieve, and then see how that marries up with what TraceMate can deliver. You might be impressed with what you see, what we're already getting out of the system, out of the software for clients. All right. My name is John. We'll see you around.